Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Endless Winter Aquaman, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys. And yeah, I don't know why it took so damn long to get to this one either. I looked at this wave, the Frost King Collect-A-Build figure wave, quite some time ago on the channel. So, fact of the matter is, your boy's slipping. And I think I must have got this figure during my 7-month hiatus last year, so maybe that's why he just kind of slipped under the radar. This guy, the General Zod from Rebirth, and some others that we will be taking a look at on the channel just to kind of put a cap on my DC Multiverse marathon venture here. Because, well, I need stuff to make videos for, and I can't just buy every new thing that comes out when it comes out. Gotta have money for that, man. So with that being said, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we take a look-see at all Aquaman has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with his trident. At least I think this is his and not the new 52, is it? Ocean Master. We'll bring out for size comparisons later. It's not for nothing. This is like everyone's go-to for like a traditional Aquaman. They'll just do a head swap with that Barry Allen unmasked head from the Flashpoint Paradox Flash figure, but that figure's kind of hard to get now, so I don't know if I recommend this for that, but if you're okay with the head sculpt he's got, then by all means. That said, he does have a collectible trading card, and that's your lot, man. So he does, of course, have the hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases. And here he is. He does have a warped fin down here, but I just need to heat that up and straighten it. It's just not a priority. I do believe this head was on the JLA Aquaman, this long-haired head. Now, personally, I don't like the long hair with this orange shirt, green pants thing he's got going on, green gloves. I prefer him with the short hair, but that is kind of how he looked in Young Justice, so maybe I'm biased, but I don't know. I just don't think the long hair works with this costume. It just doesn't scream classic to me. I will say, I think this figure is leaps and bounds better than the one that came with fucking Quisp from the DC Comics digital line, but that's because that figure was AS and it had the stupid Emperor Aquaman A shoulder from the Flashpoint Paradox Aquaman, again from the same wave as that Barry Allen I just mentioned. So as far as articulation on this guy goes, his head will rotate. Ooh, look up and down if you don't try to rip it off. His shoulders will go out. Very tight shoulders. It'll rotate all the way around. He does have that butterfly in there. That does work pretty well. Does have a bicep swivel, double elbow. Kind of gappy on the bottom one. Then he does have the ball hinge wrists that will swivel, hinge, swivel. As much as you can get out of those anyways. I'll say his arms have a hard time going down sometimes. It's just a tight joint, which I guess it's better than it being loose, huh? Torso will move forward about that far. Back about this far. He can rotate, but it is hindered. And he can rotate, of course, at the waist. You do get some tilt. Hips will kick out pretty far. Back down, forward, again pretty far. Back down. He does have a thigh cut. Funny enough. Does he have it over here? Yeah, he seems to have one. Like some DC Multiverse figures. He does have a double knee. Gets you pretty far. Not too chunky on that, just this is cut a little weird. Then he's got a ball hinge ankle that will rotate, hinge, pivot, and then he's got the toe joints. And that's your lot for Endless Winter Aquaman. Pretty cool figure. I like it. Is it perfect? No, but this was the first time this body was introduced, and since then they've used it quite a lot. I think they've used it up to 4 times now. I don't have the Page Punchers version of Aquaman, so I don't know if they used it for him or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did have some of the same pieces. But that Page Punchers Aquaman wave is pretty solid, I will say. But with that being said, why don't we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Aquaman alongside some not so classic but still classic Aquaman. Villains, we have Black Manta from Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom. I know, right? A freaking movie. Design looking just like the retro and or classic comic book design from the 70s, 80s, whenever this character came out. I know, my mind is blown too. And we also have Ocean Master from, I believe, New 52. He was a Target exclusive gold label thingamajigger, and he also utilizes the same body buck as this Endless Winter Aquaman here, and I think he looks good next to these two. Granted, it's not 100% classic, but, you know, if you squint or you're just not anal like that, it can work, especially if you do that head swap. A lot of people are doing with this Aquaman figure, so getting them out of the way. Bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Right there. And the infamous 11th Spawn, who, as usual, yep, towers over everyone. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and if a more, we'll say, traditional, for lack of a better term, Aquaman is what you were looking for your McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse display, then look no further than good old Endless Winter Aquaman here. That said, I've seen a lot of people do a head swap with the Barry Allen head that came with the Target exclusive Flashpoint Paradox Barry Allen Flash figure, so if that floats your boat, then by all means, but that Flash figure is relatively expensive on the secondary market. This Aquaman, not so much. I got him on clearance on Amazon for like less than 15 bucks shipped to the door, so I can only assume he's still roughly around that same price point. Maybe a little more, maybe even a little less. You never know until you look, folks. But I will say, I am not particularly a fan of long-haired, beard, mustachio rockin' Aquaman with the traditional kind of costume here. I much prefer him to have the short hair. He's going to have the beard and mustachio with this costume, but maybe I'm a little biased because that's what he looked like in Young Justice. Sue me, alright? So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.